Hi, my name is Pat O'Connor. I'm the broker owner of the Veritas Real Estate Group, and we're located in Coral Springs, Florida. Today, I want to talk about how to profit from buying a fixer-upper. So, first, a few things about how to find one. I've done a previous video on that, so I'll just briefly recap. In case you have an agent that doesn't know how to locate a fixer-upper in the MLS, you can ask them to look in the comment section for words like handyman special or repairs or TLC for tender loving care. So the second thing is to there is a drop down box, at least in our Florida MLS, where it's like special information and there's a lot of options the realtor can choose from for things that aren't already in other places on the listing. And one of those happens to be handyman special. So if they click that, they will be able to bring up on a search listings that other agents have marked as handyman specials. Okay. The third way is to search on cash only properties. In the terms section in our MLS, you can have cash, conventional, FHA, VA. So cash only might be one where they could find fixer-uppers, because if the property's not in a good enough shape, most lenders won't loan money. So that's another way of finding them, cash only. Foreclosures. Now, not all foreclosures are fixer-uppers. Some lenders will hire property management companies to spruce them up after they come back to the lender because they didn't sell at auction. And so they'll spruce them up and they'll raise the price some, but they still tend to be 15 to 20% below market value, although I haven't seen a lot of foreclosures lately. But that's a good rule of thumb, and that's why people actually want to buy foreclosures. So you could have your real estate agent look for a field called REO. It stands for real estate owned, and it's obscure, so your agent may not be familiar with it. And that's bank owned. And bank owned can also be, one of the options available on that drop down box that may be on the same drop down box where it could say handyman special. I'm not sure. We have a few drop down boxes in our MLS. So that's how they could find a fixer upper. Now for the pricing and financing, you're going to want to get a team of a real estate agent as well as a loan originator. So 3 ways that you can profit, 4 ways that you can profit, or if you buy it and rent it out, buy it and flip it. If you hold it for 2 years, if it's owner occupied, and then sell it. If it's an investment property, if you hold it for a year and a day, and then sell it. So let me talk a little bit about those 4 items. So if you're going to buy any kind of a property, it doesn't necessarily have to be fixer-uppers, but because you can get them at a discount, if you know a good handyman who can do the repairs cheap, it's a good deal. So pricing on this, I know from personal experience, I got into the business to buy properties and rent them out. And the day before closing, my offer, the financing didn't go through. because the estimated mortgage payments were less than the comparable rent for the neighborhood. So I want to save you that grief and tell you to have your real estate agent look at the comparable rents for the neighborhood. If it's a 3-bedroom, have them look at other 3-bedrooms. The same kind of condition as if yours was repaired, because this is about fixer-uppers. Then contact the loan originator and see what mortgages the mortgage payment would be for this particular property or this neighborhood that you're interested in. And it would include, if you're a single family home and not a condo, it would include the cost of the property insurance, and it would have any HOA fees, 1 month's worth of HOA fees, 1 month of property insurance, and 1 month of estimated property taxes. So that, together with your mortgage payment, your rent needs to exceed that. And it may have to exceed it by like 15%. There is a percentage that they're looking for to cover. So work with the loan originator, tell him what you're going to do, and have him give scenarios. Maybe if you put down a bigger down payment, it would lower your monthly mortgage amount, perhaps down below the estimated rents, and you could get approval. So there's those kind of tricks that you can play if you have the cash. And if you have the cash, great. Then you don't have to worry about the financing piece of this. Okay. The second one is if you are flipping. You might want to, again, talk to your loan originator, tell them what you want to do, how long your estimated repairs are, and he may have suggestions about loan types that are most suitable for you. And I'm guessing it would be the shortest adjustable rate mortgage that they had, because the interest rates on those tend to be lower than a 30-year fixed rate. But then it could be that after you adjust, it's going to be comparable. So make sure you have a good idea of how long it's going to take to do these repairs, so they don't go over the time period when that adjustable loan would adjust. So that's the second one. Talk to your loan originator. This is what I want to do. I want to get the house. I want to do repairs, right? We're talking fixer-uppers here. I estimate it's going to take me 3 months to get this in the real shape that I want to get it in. What's the best loan that you can give me to do that? Now, back in 2005, there were all these kind of really short-term loans that would have drastic adjustments. But they did away with that because our whole financial market crashed. Okay, but they may have some products that they can recommend to you. The next one is, and I've done a video on this one before, if it is owner-occupied for the past 2 out of the 5 years, you can walk away with $250,000 in profits tax-free. No capital gains tax if you hold it for 2 out of the past 5 years. That's if you're filing singly. If you're married and you're filing jointly, you can claim $500,000 in tax-free profits. So buy a fixer-upper, live in it for 2 years, and then sell it. And hopefully you've made improvements. Keep all your receipts, keep all that kind of stuff, because if you get close to the $250,000 tax-free profits, you can deduct some of these repair costs from your total to bring it down, for hopefully to under $250,000. But that's a lot of tax-free money. So keep that in mind. And that's called the capital income tax exemption. It's only primary residences, not investment houses. So if you have an investment property, and I've done a video on this, and there will be links at the end of this to both of those. One to that capital gains tax exemption, and another one to what's called a 1031. And it's capital gains tax deferral, and it's for investment properties, where if you take your profit and you roll it over to buy another like kind property, and that could be you have a residential property and you're rolling your profits over to invest in a commercial property, a warehouse, that's fine. You have vacant land and you're rolling it over to invest in, a duplex, that's fine. Like kind is real estate. You can't take this money and roll it over to buy art, but you're deferring the capital gains tax on this until the very end, when you are no longer rolling over. And if you do it for the rest of your life, it's your heirs' problems to figure out how much capital gains is owed. So we're talking about fixer-uppers, right? So have a fixer-upper, rent it out, and hold it for at least 1 year and a day before you sell it. And then if you sell it and you have, making a decent sized profit, if you don't want that to be taxed immediately, talk to someone about a 1031 like kind exchange, and you won't have to immediately pay taxes on the sale of the house. Again, you can keep doing this until either the tax laws change or you're no longer with us, or you decide you're gonna cash in and settle all your accounts. All right, so that's it. Some tips on how to find a fixer-upper for you, and then how to profit if you want to sell them after holding them for at least 2 years. Some of them, so total 2 years. All right, thank you. I will talk to you next week. Bye. Like us. Bye.